5 reasons in 5 minutes why weightlifting is better than calisthenics. Let's go. Righty, here's a bit of a mess today, that's why the hood's up. But let's get straight into this. Well, number one, I think the most obvious one, weightlifting is better at growing muscle size. I want to say better, that's probably not the right word, probably easier at growing muscle size than calisthenics. In calisthenics it's possible. Look, I think no one's denying that. You can still bulk and train calisthenics and be in a calorie surplus and put on weight and get bigger. But it is naturally harder, no doubt about it. And especially if you're working towards performing more difficult exercises like the planche and muscle ups, well, it's even harder to do that while bulking. Think of it this way, if you weigh 70 kilograms and you learn muscle ups at 70 kilograms and then you start bulking, let's say you put on 3 kilograms and then you go back to trying a muscle up, well, before you were doing muscle up at 70 kilograms, now you've just put 3 kilograms of extra weight on, it's going to be even more difficult to do muscle ups and you're probably going to do less muscle ups, which can make you less motivated and it can make you want to stop doing calisthenics. And obviously with weightlifting, it's almost like the reverse effect. Instead of doing less reps, when you get bigger, you're able to do the same weight but for more reps, so you can go up the weights, which then obviously makes you stronger and helps you get even bigger. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is it's easier to structure a workout program. Look, if you look online these days, then there is a workout program for bodybuilding in pretty much anything you want to train for. If you're training for hypertrophy, if you're training for strength, if you go to the gym 5 days a week, or if you go to the gym 3 days a week, there's something for you. Whether it's a push-pull, leg split, training every muscle group individually, there is something for you online, and it's easier to find, I think, and simpler to follow. It's simply following a few core exercise groups or just going on a few machines in the gym. I think with calisthenics, let's say you're working towards the planche. Well, if you're focusing entirely on the planche, other muscle groups may suffer while you focus purely on the planche. Let's say you're focusing so much on planche that you're going to be doing less work maybe on your legs, or maybe less work on your chest where you work towards getting the planche. So while calisthenics offers more flexibility, I think there's less of an easier structure to follow and less of a structured workout routine. The third reason why weights is better than calisthenics, well, it's easier to isolate muscle groups. I always use the example of the bicep curl. Look, in weightlifting, it's super easy. There's a few options to do a bicep curl, but for the most part, the simplest is probably just grabbing some dumbbells and bashing out some bicep curls. See, in calisthenics, there'll be hundreds of, oh, try this bicep curl push-up at home, try this bicep curl pull-up, but in reality, it's either more difficult to train or just simply not as effective as doing bicep curls with dumbbells or with cables or with a bar. See, it's not impossible to isolate muscle groups when training calisthenics, but calisthenics is mostly compound movements. And I feel isolating muscle groups is just not done as much in calisthenics, whereas in bodybuilding, of course it's going to be done because you're looking to gain size everywhere, and if you need a bit more side delt, well, you can train side raises more. Number 4, it's easier to progressively overload in weightlifting rather than in calisthenics. In weightlifting, you can follow progressive overload very simply. Let's say you did 12 reps of 10 kilogram bicep curls today. Well, tomorrow you can go in and do 8 reps of 12 kilogram bicep curls and then slowly go to 10 reps and then 12 reps and then the next incline in weight. In calisthenics, that's more difficult to progressively overload. And furthermore, drop setting is harder in calisthenics. It is just a bit more complicated. Whereas drop setting in weightlifting, well, once you can't do any more of the 12 kilograms, just pick up the 10 kilograms again and bash them out for as long as possible. It's just a bit simpler in weightlifting than it is in calisthenics. And number 5, there's more information online today regarding weightlifting than there is with calisthenics. This one might be up to debate, and I suppose it might be dependent on what you see in your feeds. But I feel there is just more content being pushed towards weightlifting and bodybuilding than there is calisthenics. Now, that's not a surprise. More people do bodybuilding than calisthenics, so inherently more people are going to showcase bodybuilding rather than calisthenics. And this information online is a huge one. Look, it basically covers everything I've just said here, plus even more to do with weightlifting. And often weightlifters and bodybuilders don't touch on calisthenics nearly as much as they probably could do. I think probably the fittest people are the ones that combine a bit of both, but there's just information online about bodybuilding. Well, calisthenics is slowly going to lose its way. But yeah, they're my 5 reasons why I think weightlifting is superior to calisthenics in those certain categories. I still train calisthenics, but I still implement weights. So yeah, I love weightlifting as well. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you expected any other things in this video or any things I didn't mention. Let me know in the comments down below. But thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.